Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear viewers. I am very much grateful to you that you are giving me a very good feedback regarding my very humble effort to share book reviews with you. Last time I shared with you the book review of the first 20 hours, and the feedback was very encouraging. And today I have brought another book for you. If you are a teacher, if you are a teacher trainer, if you are a corporate trainer, if you are a student, or if you are having a profession in which you are selling your services or even products, then this book can be paradigm shifting for you. Yes, this is such a brilliant book, and I'm sure that after hearing and watching the review of this book, you are going to spare some time to study this book. This book name is Brain Rules. The name of the book is Brain Rules, and it has been written by John Medina. Who is John Medina? He is a developmental biologist, rather a molecular biologist, research consultant, professor of bioengineering at University of Washington, founding director of two research institutes, that is the Brain Center for Applied Learning Research and the Tellers Research Institute, USA. The title of this book is 12 Principles for Surviving and Thriving at Work, Home and School. The book was published in USA in the year 2014, and there are very important areas which have been discussed in this book. I am going to share those areas about which this book presents a paradigm shifting research and evidence. Number one is sleep. Now, sleep is something very much important which has a direct effect on our productivity and our quality of life as well, and our IQ and our EQ as well, rather SQ, our social quotient as well. So he talks about sleep because in sleep there is a biological clock and there is a physical clock, and if we are able to align the two clocks, then our productivity goes very high. The next area is stress. Everybody is talking about stress management and talking about stressors and de-stressors and eustress and distress and apathy, that is complete lack of interest in anything. But he has, being a molecular biologist and a professor of bioengineering, a totally new view which is very much practical in overcoming stress. Another topic which he has touched in this book is wiring, how we are wired, how we are conditioned from our very beginning, and how can we get out of our conditions. Condition means the way we have been wired, the way we have been conditioned through the language which was spoken by our parents, by our siblings, by our friends, and by our teachers, and those people with whom we had a very direct and intimate contact. Their words, how do they condition us? For example, if somebody is saying you that you are a loser, you cannot do it, so after some time that wording starts affecting you. How to get out of that? Next topic is attention, then memory, then our sensory integration, then our vision, effect of music, gender, and some topics on exploration. There are 260 pages in this book, and the book starts with Wonders of the Brain. He talks about a boy who can tell you exact time of the day at any moment, even when he's sleeping. Wonder of the brain. Then he talks about a girl who can correctly determine the exact dimension of an object which is 20 feet away from her. And these two children who have been talked about, their IQ has been under 70. 70 is a very low kind of IQ. So he says that the brain is an amazing thing, and there are different 12 principles or 12 rules. So rule number 2 says that we should exercise. Why we should exercise? Now, what is the biological reason for that? He says that biologically, from the evolutionary biologist point of view, we are not used to sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day. The brain, again talking about evolutionary biology, when it was developed, then at a time our ancestors, they were walking or running 12 miles a day. Now, what is the result of this rule? He says that exercises outperform couch potatoes. Exercises outperform couch potatoes, that those people who are physically very much active, their performance increases many times. Like many parents complain that their children are not performing academically. On the other hand, they are not watching, they are not keeping a close eye on the screen time of their children and their physical activity. Is there any balance or not? And most importantly, the sleep cycle. If the sleep cycle is low, how much should be the sleep of an average person? It depends from age to age, but generally they say that 7 to 8 hours of continuous sleep is very much important, along with the nap time. Why? That is another rule. So brain rule number 2 says that exercises perform couch potatoes in long term memory, reasoning, attention, and problem solving skills. Rule number 6, he says that why people sleep during attending PowerPoint presentations. What is the reason for that? Or when there is a lecture in the class, so after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, people sleep, no matter whatever is their age. He says that remember, now it is a piece of advice for the teachers and the trainers and the corporate trainers and those who are dealing directly with their selling of services. He says that you got seconds to grab someone's attention and only 10 minutes to keep it. You can hold the attention of your viewer only for 10 minutes. At 9 minutes and 59 seconds, you must do something to regain that wandering attention. You must do something to regain that wandering attention and restart the clock. And you should do something which is emotional and relevant so that they can come back. Brain needs a break. That's why TED Talk, the most famous TED Talk, they give the speakers a time of 12 to 18 minutes. The minimum time is 12 minutes and maximum is 18 minutes. And in order to continue the interest level and connectivity, many people, they tell stories while selling their services and products. Brain rule number 3, we should take a nap around 3 p.m., 3 o'clock. Why? He said that your brain requires nap. Nap is also favored by Islam. Islam also says that we should have kalula. We have the word kalula for the nap. So nap dramatically improves your efficiency and productivity. So there was an experiment which was conducted on the NASA pilots, and in that study what happened that there was a 26 minutes nap which was compulsory given to the focus group. And what happened, there was a marked improvement of 34% in the performance. So what is the end result? Sleep well and think well. Brain rule number 7, repeat to remember. Why? Most of us do more forgetting than remembering. So that's why we should repeat ourselves. Thank you very much. I am not going to take much of your time. Recalling the same rule, 10 minutes time. The 10 minutes are going to complete. I am going to end my presentation. So please keep giving me your feedback. There is more in this book I would like to share with you, but only if you ask for that. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.